viewer commented how upset he is with friends who say, oh, you don't really want to come along. It's really not going to be any fun whenever they have plans, or they don't tell them about the plans. And then they brag about how much fun they had. Call them up and say, oh, you had this best time and you missed it. It was so great. All right, obviously, they're doing this on purpose to get to you, to get under your skin, to bother you, to upset you. Yeah, all of the above. All right. I'm not saying to play games at all, but I would quietly make plans with other people. And I would not stoop to their level by telling them about it or bragging about your plans and how much fun you had afterwards, but quietly make plans with other people. And if they happen to hear about it, there's no harm done. But don't go out of your way to tell them about it, but they might just hear from somebody else, which will make them feel even worse because they realize you're not doing it to make them feel bad. You're doing it because you really don't want to be with them. And that will hurt the most. And I'm not saying that you've got to go out there for revenge. I mean it, because you don't want to play that game. These are people who probably have mental issues, but besides that, they could be jealous of you. Who knows? Because it really doesn't matter. The fact is, they're lousy friends. That's the bottom line. So the reason I'm telling you to go make plans quietly with other people is because you've got to get away from them. You really, really do. And I know that's hard to just abruptly drop maybe the only friends you have, the only group that you're with. I get that. So that's why baby steps. Start making plans with other people, even if it's just one other person going to do anything, the mall, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything grandiose, but just so you can slowly distance yourself from these friends because they're toxic. They really are. Your good friends wouldn't do this to you. If they cared about your feelings at all, one iota, they wouldn't do this to you. So you've got to take steps to hone your acquaintances, to find another group. And again, that's daunting. So I'm not saying you have to do that right away. But when your toxic friends ask you to do something, unless you have absolutely nothing else to do, I wouldn't give them the time of day. I really, really wouldn't. And maybe there's one person in the group that's okay. Yeah, hang out with him or her, but not the other ones. There's always one nice person, it seems like, in any group. And the other ones are just plain lousy. So yeah, avoid them. And sometimes it's better not to be in a group at all, to hang out with one person. Because then you hang out with this one other person, then you get to know their friends and so on. And then you're in a group again. I guess it's the way our culture works. We always seem to be in some kind of a group, but it doesn't have to be that way all the time. One-on-one friendships really are the best because there's not all these personalities and all of the politics involved with a group and all the different people with personality problems, people who are drama queens and kings and have to be the center of attention and have to make somebody else feel bad and have to alienate somebody. That's all part of the whole clique dynamic, which is really bad. So that's why I'm saying take a step back, find one friend. That's all it takes, one other friend. And it doesn't have to be a great friend. Like I said, it could be an acquaintance. Slowly do things with that person and drift away from the bad ones, because ultimately you're going to have to. You really, really are. Because honestly, do you want to put yourself through that every single time? Yeah, they may do something with you once in a while, but there's always going to be the time where they're going to say, nah, you really don't want to come on. Oh, it'll be no fun at all. Don't come. Or they won't tell you about something again, and you'll hear about it. Or they'll call you up and tell you about it. That's the worst thing. And when that happens, get off the phone right away. You don't need to say, what are you doing? Tell me about something that you didn't even invite me to. No, no. All right. You're above that. Just say, listen, I'm running out the door right now. I got plans. Talk to you later. Hang up. That's it. You don't have to hear about it. You don't have to punish yourself that way. They want to do that to you, but don't let them. And I can't stress this enough. You got to lose the toxic friends. They're no good. And I'm telling you, when this happens, other things will happen too. They'll talk behind your back. They will gossip about you. They'll turn people against you. All of that. It's not just one thing with these people, it's more than that. So the sooner that you can find really great friends or take steps towards finding really great friends, the better.